We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
From way up at the 23, and able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. To the 43, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Stafford. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Monte Nicholson picks it.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
17 yards and a first down for Philly. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
Quick throw completed by Watson. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And it's no good. Elliott pulled it.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd and 12, Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Stafford's pass complete. He's got Kupp. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Blankenship's kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
the line. This Philly offense set to go. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
It's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. The Eagles at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to a good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
From just shy of midfield, Watson, he'll fire it deep for Rager. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 33. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Stafford. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
No time now.
Watson now to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That third down conversion good for 23.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
24.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Again, that's Watkins.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Watson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 1st down, it's Watson. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Ball on the 8, it's 2nd and 4.
Back to throw, Watson. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end.
And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Bass. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now Watson. Touchdown, Eagles! A.J. Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On first down, Stafford here. He's got a man, complete. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. Now that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a third to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On second and goal, Stafford. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I's, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly hoped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want us to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. This will be caught by Brown. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Had the option to hand that one off and run it himself, but instead, a really easy quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And oh, it's wide right. No good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Here's second and a yard. Now it's Stafford. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop it.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick-6.
Hey, that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 10. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And this is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Stafford going up top for Kupp. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. An unbelievable punt there. We're talking 70-plus yards. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over first and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Watson. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And now Watson throws another interception. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 41. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
After the interception, here's Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Bass. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. To throw is Watson. Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Quick throw completed by Watson. Touchdown! From 8 yards out, and the Eagles get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And that's caught at the 2. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Flushed out right. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Throwing is Stafford. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
To the air again, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 23. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. On 1st down, Watson. Going deep here for Watkins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And the Rams are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Stafford. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Hassan Reddick drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for L.A. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
To try again after the sack. Watson under pressure, and they got to him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Wait a second. That's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a 1st down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. On 1st down, Bass. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Watson now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bass. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And now here's another interception. And the Rams are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think that part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's got a man. Complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 44-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Watson. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Watson. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a first down throw, Watson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the 4th quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
And they did it with not much time left. But they took what little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? Put a real exclamation point on their win with that score.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll go again here with Akers. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One last throw here for Stanford. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles come up with a late turnover. But it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. The partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage.